Good guys, welcome back to the first take. We have just seen Deadpool. I'm joined by Salem. Let's just get straight into it, man. First impressions.
You know, I think for a long time, for a very long time, we've been hoping to expect some sort of crazy, mad-ass, violent, well-scripted, funny script from a superhero film.
Yeah.
We've been, hoping.
And did you get it?
Yes! Fucking hell yeah, we got it.
Right. Yes. Fucking loved it, man. Just straight to it. Loved it. It was a lot of fun. I was worried at first that it was going to be really small because this is a budget-made superhero film.
So when you say small, what do you mean?
Well, when it started, it kept kind of flashing back from one. Shall we even get into spoilers?
Nah, don't, man. This is one of those films that I don't think you should spoil it in any way.
Alright, I won't spoil it. Maybe I'll do like a discussion about it in the episode of the second take, maybe in a week or so, where we'll get into it more. But yeah, it kind of deals with one massive sort of action sequence that it starts with.
Yeah.
And then it kind of flashes to different time periods. But I was worried that it might stay in that main action sequence right to the end.
Okay.
So I was happy that there was more. It kind of grew, it spawned out of there. And then thankfully, there was a lot more going on in this film. Because this is a budget-made movie, which is surprising because it was
Do you know the
very
budget
well done. I don't know what the budget was. I know it was pretty small.
All right, okay.
By superhero standards, pretty small.
But it didn't feel like that. It didn't.
No,
I think the way they put it together, it didn't feel like a small budget film. It flowed all the way through. It kind of, not even kind of, it did give you exactly what you wanted from this sort of film. The directing, who is it? Tim
Miller, I believe.
Yeah, I think it might be Tim Miller. I don't know. I think it was tight, slick, super cool, and
the action, man. Especially in that open sequence in the car. You think you've seen it all in the trailers? Nope. There's still a lot more in there.
And that's what I was worried about. I was worried about the whole fact that what we're seeing in the trailer is, are we getting the best bits? But no, nowhere close to that. It was just every time this is the crazy thing. It didn't throw you out of the movie at any point. You were sucked in all the way through it.
Yeah, even when the movie broke that sort of fourth wall and he was talking to you and you were kind of being aware of yourself sitting in the cinema, you still were in the world of Deadpool because you were in his head.
I've got to say, man, Fox have done a friggin' amazing job. They truly have,
And I like the way there's so much to say that without spoiling. I don't want to ruin it. I want you guys to see it. But yeah, they do kind of, I can't say it. But it's about Colossus and Negasonic Teenage Warhead. Best name ever. But they kind of allude to the fact that they're the only X-Men you see for the most part. Let's talk about the performances. Yeah. Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, fucking amazing. Like, this dude has got the friggin' best lines in, like, I can't remember the last movie that I saw that had all these crazy, awesome lines jam-packed into one fucking film.
I'm really curious to know how much of this was improvised lines, because there's a lot of the witty things that he just spits out. We know that there were quite a few different takes. Even in the trailers, you see different versions of a lot of these scenes. So I'm curious to know how much of this was tied in the script, specifically the one-liners that he does. But he kills it, man. What about the bad guy, Ajax?
Again, I mean, Ajax, I didn't mind him. It wasn't the greatest bad guy,
I think he was what we needed, though.
Yeah. To match up with Deadpool, because you didn't want somebody overly powering him and you didn't want somebody under. It was more or less on par with Deadpool, level. And it was just about who's going to be the most smartest person to win the fight in the end.
Definitely, and I think they used Gina Carano pretty well. No, she isn't got the broadest acting experience, but they used her perfectly well. They used her physicality, the MMA background that she has. She has a wicked fight scene with Colossus at the end. Like, I really enjoyed that fight with Colossus, man.
But
it was so cool. It was damn cool.
It was. And even when we take the supporting cast around Ryan Reynolds, around Deadpool, they flowed off of him so perfectly. They all bounce off each other brilliantly, even with the characters that really don't have that much lines, such as the
Negasonic too.
Yeah. She doesn't have hardly any lines in it, but her character
Yeah.
as a sort of this sort of teenager.
Yeah.
You know
With
what?
attitude.
Yeah, with this sort of very low attention span, just want to get on and do the next thing.
Like emo to
Yeah.
a degree. I pray that they keep her within, not just in these Deadpool movies. I pray that they kind of cross her over into the X-Men world eventually. If they ever get with those X-Men movies, they catch up to the modern time now. I pray that they carry her through into that. I hope so, because she's actually, I'd like to see how she interacts with the rest of the X-Men.
When we talk about his girlfriend, Ryan Reynolds' girlfriend, friggin' heck, I love her, man. I think she's friggin' awesome.
She was great, man.
She was everything.
Really
And you know what? That is the chick that you want in your life.
It is.
It is, isn't it?
It is. That is the ultimate girlfriend, because she's on your level. She has the same sort of humor as he had. And that's what every man wants. You want a girl who you can talk to, who can not only be your lover and your girlfriend, but is genuinely your friend and who you can be buddies with and just bounce crazy dumb shit off.
And I like the way they've marketed this film around Valentine's Day. So for all those girls to go check this film out with their partners, can actually start thinking about, wait a minute, you know what? Maybe my guy may want to see me or act in this way, maybe a bit more understanding. Sure, the guy's maybe a bit crazy, but can we go on par with these guys? And of course you can.
Yes, Deadpool, good for relationships. You heard it here, man, definitely. Oh, who else was there? Who else? What
Well-
do you actually think of their Colossus?
Colossus, I liked Colossus. I like the
Finally
fact...
done Colossus justice, because he was bullshit in those old X-Men movies.
Yeah, I like...
Finally done him good.
So, you take Deadpool, who's this, you know, outspoken, crazy, violent all the way through, and you've got Colossus, who's this gentle giant, if you like.
Yeah, and intellectual to a degree. He's like a poet.
Yeah. And the way those two characters work off each other is so well. It's so well balanced.
Very good. That's what I think works well for Deadpool. And that's why I'm happy that to hear... Oh, damn, it goes into spoilers again.
You
But
cannot
what
spoil it.
What they're intending to do with a possible sequel, many of you have probably heard the rumors already, but I won't get into it. But it works well because it's good. Deadpool needs someone to bounce off, someone who's a little more straight in terms of the personality, a little more dry. I think that's what brings it out, and that's what they had with this, with Colossus and Negasonic. Yeah, so good, so good.
You know, and the other thing is this, is that I like the...
TJ Miller and Al, Blind Al.
Oh.
His little family, I guess you could say.
Yeah. Again, the cast around him, I mean, it's just... You just wouldn't expect this character to be in these situations with his family that he's sort of adopted.
Yeah.
You know, over the
family,
course of what he's been through. But they're so good, such good, exciting characters.
Everyone's likable.
Yeah.
Everyone's likable.
I was a bit slightly concerned about, with the budget not being that big, is it going to stand up to when we look at Fox's sort of...
The X-Men movies.
Yeah. And
yeah.
it did.
Straight up there, man. No faults from my part. I can't see any issue with it where it doesn't really match up with those films.
What can you say, man? This is one of those films, we wanted it for such a long time, and finally...
It's a fun ride for grown-ups. Finally. I didn't realize how much I wanted the action movie targeted at me, not just kids. And we've got that. You know, if you want to know about the violence, is it too violent to take your kids? It's actually interesting that it was only a 15 here in the UK. It was R in the States, but it's the same cut. But it's actually interesting that we got, everything's in there. You got titties, you got sex, you got people
swear
getting their
words,
heads.
you name it.
Everyone's cussing a storm, everyone's getting their heads chopped off and limbs. So what the hell does it take to get 18 over here now?
Maybe
is it because of the humor? Or the fact that it was a comic book based world? That it was fantasy, I guess. I guess that's probably what.
I think that's a whole episode that you need to do, man, about what makes an 18 film here.
In the UK, it's interesting.
Because
love it and cool. And I'm happy it is 15 because that means more people can go and see it. I want this to be a hit, man. I definitely do. Ryan Reynolds deserves to have a bona fide hit.
I think that's the other thing. When we look at Ryan Reynolds' journey to what he had to do to make this film, All right,
Yeah.
you know, not just as trying to put it together in every way that you possibly can, trying to convince the studios that this is the path that they need to take and make this Deadpool film happen, but even the marketing side.
Perfect. The best marketing campaign there's ever been for a movie, beginning to end.
You could see this
Loved it.
person really truly cares about the product. Unlike, rather than just getting a payday, he really truly cares.
Ryan Reynolds, you can see that he genuinely cares, and that it shows on screen, definitely, man. So yeah, what do you give out of 5 then, son?
Out of 5, it's a tricky one, man. I'm gonna give this a solid 4 stars.
Okay, I'm gonna give it a.
I'm gonna give it a solid 4 stars for this sort of movie.
I tend to go over the top with my initial ratings of movies, and then I downgrade it a week or so later. But I'm gonna go for, I want to say 5 because I just genuinely enjoyed it. But I'm gonna be reserved and to say 4.5.
Okay. What is up with you and your 4.5?
I don't know, but it just feels right. And why would it not be a 5 if I enjoyed it so much? I don't know.
The only thing that the reason why I'm sticking to a 5, it just, although it had everything going for it, there were I don't know. I just think to myself when I look at.
Would you want a broader world if it had more cameos and?
Yeah, I
that
think
would made it a bit more.
And then you know what? I need to think about it. But at the moment, I'm just gonna. I feel that the right number to give it that comes to mind is a 4-star rating.
Yeah, okay. And Stanley, by the way, one of his best cameos in the movie. Yeah, won't spoil it how he pops up, but you'll spot him when he does. And yeah, well done, man. Love it. So, people, that has been our review of Deadpool opening night. So hopefully I'll get this up by, I don't know, sometime in the week.
I've got my Deadpool costume, Eddie.
I want to get one now, you know.
I've got my one, but it's not Deadpool.
That ain't a Deadpool costume.
All right, it's a superhero costume.
Mugger Man. What the fuck? That's like Gimp Man or some shit. S&M Man. Be aware of this person if you see him in the alley. He ain't there to help you or save you. If you like the video, please subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. I'm Ed Reese.
It's your boy Salem from Bolly Fools.
Check his channel out for Bollywood movies. And this has been our first take of Deadpool. Yes, love it. Later, people.